Yo, today I wanted to talk about Baruuk. He's a very fun warframe. He's very tanky. He does tons of damage, maybe too much damage, one might say. And he's one of my favorites. I remember when I first got him, I bought him with a 75% coupon when I played on Xbox, and you could use coupons in the store. And I think I had like played him for like an entire update straight. I didn't take off Baruuk from my loadout the entire time. So one of my favorite frames. He recently got buffs, kind of, with the exalted weapon changes now that he can use melee arcanes and different melee mods like Blood Rush and stack the crit chance up for lots and lots of good crits. And he's very fun. He's always been fun, and he only gets better the harder the content because of his restraint meter. It becomes easier to build up the harder stuff is. So let me spawn some guys here. We could talk about Baruuk's gameplay loop. So normally you get in a mission, and you're going to want to hit your third ability, which is your damage mitigation ability. I believe you get 10% per stack, and obviously it caps at 9, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, you just won't die with this up. It's very good. It's almost like Mesber skin. Now, um, consuming these stacks when you get hit or one of your little seekers fly out, this will lower your restraint. And your restraint meter is kind of like your fuel gauge for your fist, your fourth ability. And then hitting your first ability will make you kind of go untargetable, and enemies can't hit you from certain angles. I believe this scales with duration or range. I forget which stat exactly, but it's not too important to build for. I will say you're not really using your one much. And then my favorite way to lower restraint is with my two. It's a big AoE sleep, and look at that, we just got a decent chunk on, just like that. So let me cast my three again. And now that we did all that, we can use, the actual dessert, the sweet treat of his kit, and those are his fists. And these things were always this good. This is not because of new melee changes and Pseudo Exalted changes. This is just Baruuk's fists are always that powerful. Um, it took me longer to explain his kit than it did to kill all those guys. So it's a fun time. I really like this frame. Um, I got him right when Steel Path came out, and I'll tell you what a treat that was. Using Baruuk in the Steel Path as like a beginner. Oh man, there's just nothing more fun than that. You're like, oh, this is what power is. So let me get right into my build here and talk about all my moddings and whatnot here. So I've one Forma. I'll be honest, it's been a while since I formed this up, so I forget which polarity I changed exactly, but I'm sure you could figure that out. Um, as for the stats here, things that may look a little bit weird, we're tanking duration. We don't care about duration at all. None of our important abilities are affected by it. You don't need duration on this guy. You just want strength, 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 and more strength. So that's also why I have Molt augmented on the arcane slot. I think that's a must use. Um, Also, a must use is reactive storm. This gives you a bunch of status chance, which is the important part. And then the morphing to the enemy weaknesses is just a nice bonus. It's just a nice cherry on top of your milkshake. So that's why the reactive storm augments here. It's a must use. Um, and you need that for some crazy damage. It's mainly for the status chance to proc our elements on the fist. But this is our build. The only thing that's maybe a little overkill here is adaption on top of our desolate hands damage mitigation. Um, so maybe this slot's up to you, but I really like it. It's just nice insurance. There are times where things might leave you close to death or low. I think modding for some efficiency is pretty important because you are going to want to spam your two to lower your restraint meter very fast. So that is one thing I enjoy, uh, is having the extra efficiency there, so I can get my restraint meter lower faster and use my sleep ability a bunch, and we can cook that way. Um, as for everything else, I mean, we're just strength. Like he's a very simple warframe to build for. You just want strength, or a slot. Honestly, whatever. Corrosive projection here for me because armor reduction's fun. It's cool. There's not really anything else here that fits a dash polarity where I'm like screaming to use. I could see a world where you want to use energy siphon. Holster amp's pretty like okay now as well. Dreamer's Bond is always fun if you need the energy regen. Yeah. And then I do have Energize on. I know not everyone has that, but there are other ways to supplement your energy gain. Like I always say, there's Death Cube Sentinel. He's busted for energy generation, and there's the Xeneric Focus School. Those two are very, very accessible if you don't have Arcane Energize, and I would recommend them there. And even then, with 140% efficiency, I don't even think you need the Energize, to be honest, with how many Eximus units are in the game now, and they just poop out health orbs and energy orbs. This is honestly probably a flex slot. Avenger might be better here. If you want more survivability, Grace, Guardian, Aegis is probably better here. Um, yeah, you could probably run. Oh, Arcane Strike could be good for the bonus attack speed. Probably realistically, this is a flex slot, but I like Energize. I kind of just spam it everywhere because I just like having the bonus energy all the time. But yeah, strength, 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 efficiency, strength, augment mod, survivability. It's a very, very simple build. There's no cool flashy tech going on here. It's just we want strength. We want Serene Storm to do a lot of damage. That scales with strength. We want lots of damage mitigation. That scales with strength. Um, you want at least even range to spam your two to sleep people, and that's good. And we have this elude, and yeah, the angle does scale with range. All right, yeah. You can increase the angle, but like there's no point to having this on. There is an augment for it to give you bonus stats, melee attack speed, and melee crit damage. I don't think this is worth building for because you need duration for the stacks to last a decent amount of time. And then, yeah, I just don't think this augment mod is worth building for when reactive storm already exists. So that's my build. Um, there's not much else to talk about here. I mean, I know Archon shards. You could go like purple Archon shards and then like put in a primed flow and get like the bonus crit damage when you have like 600 or more energy. That's like overkill. You don't really need that. Like he doesn't. He's a very simple warframe. He does not need much to start cooking. As for weapons, run whatever. You will be using your fists 90% of the time. It's very easy to keep his restraint meter on in higher level content. As for like base steel path, or if you're just doing some relic missions, or maybe you just got him and you're new to the game, and like the hardest thing you're going to do is arbitrations, you definitely want to run a good weapon. You'll be using him more for his three because it's very hard to get his restraint lowered in like base game stuff. So yeah, we're running the Naramon Focus School to keep his melee combo counter up, and we'll go right into the Desert Wind build because that's why we need to keep the combo counter up. So I have a lot of forma on this thing. It's definitely overkill. I had an entirely different build on this before the melee rework for Pseudo Exalteds, and this is what I got going on here. Attack speed, good for DPS, so we have Berserker Fury, Galvanized Steel for crit chance and crit damage, Organ Shatter, more crit damage, Gladiator Might, more crit damage. We only have Shocking Touch on here because we have Melee Influence on, and we don't need the mod for status chance and all that, or extra statuses, because of Reactive Storm. That's going to be adding the bonus elementals onto our melee um, without actually having the mod for them here. So that's good. Blood Rush for scaling crit chance, and Pressure Point because you are not priming enemies. You will not get any use out of Condition Overload. Yeah, so this is my build here. I know it's an influence build. I know people hate this or whatever. A lot of complaining about melee influence I see, but it's good. Um, Before, when Techrodon Core Update, melee influence wasn't proccing on the waves from his fist. They were only proccing on direct impacts. That has been fixed. So this build is very, very good now. If you didn't want to run an influence build, I'd just run heat instead, and then run whatever arcane you want. I think heat and exposure could be fun. Bonus heat damage, bunch of bonus corrosive on top of the reactive storm element. That's something you could run, and I would say is a-okay. But no, you don't need 4 forma. I'm not sure exactly how many I put on top of whatever comes base, and I even got a freaking Umbra forma slot here because I had an entirely different getup going on. But no, this is the build. This is what works. This is fun. This is a good time. And that's my Baruuk build. Um, Run Naramon for your combo counter, or run Zanurk if you don't have Energize or Death Cube. Desert Wind Prime, you will be in this thing 24/7. Uh, as for weapons, you don't really need anything specific. And Sentinels, run Death Cube if you need energy. If not, um, the Panzer is really good for spreading viral procs, and the Regia is really good for spreading miscellaneous elements as well. So that's my build. That's everything that I can like talk about in the simulacrum here. And now I'm gonna go hop into a survival mission and just chill and play Baruuk because he kind of plays himself. Honestly, you're just invincible and do tons of damage. So like you just kind of beat the game and you win. So it is time to hop in a survival. All right, we're here in Halvania. I do have an override. I have bonus crit damage. No, crit chance. 20% crit chance from Mr. Arthur. Um, it won't be affecting our damage that much. Did see melee exposure pop up there. That's on my Sampotes. I didn't switch the Desert Wind build. We're still on influence. But yeah, we're getting shot at. We're spreading our look at that. That's why you build for range efficiency and you just hit your two because you get big chunks like that just going. Honestly, I could just pop this right now when you start killing fools. Yeah, I mean this is Baruuk. He was really. I do struggle to call like some frames underrated sometimes, but he was really underrated for such a long time. Even like on it's because there was no content that was like difficult enough for him to shine. You really couldn't build your restraint meter quick enough and do awesome damage by the time the mission was over. So I really feel like he just went under the radar for so long. But he's gotten a lot of love the past, like, year. 2 years, 3 years, honestly. Definitely not underrated more. Properly rated. Good warframe. Honestly, I don't see a lot of Baruuks in public. So, I don't know. I run a lot of public squad missions all the time. And you don't see a lot of Baruuks. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, but you just kind of hold your melee button down with this guy. Very fun. You could do this beforehand, and now with the Exalted melee changes, it's just even better. I mean, we're not going to have any issue here at all. Very, very good Warframe. I love this guy. I don't know where he sits on my usage chart. Probably not high, because by the time I got him, it was like right before Steel Path came out, around the time Steel Path came out. And at that point, I was in my, like, constantly switching what Warframes I use phase. I did use him a lot when I first got Baruuk. I was super hype on him. But, yeah. He's also one of those Warframes where his base version is probably harder to get than his Prime. Because you have to level Fortuna and get to Little Duck, spoilers, and then you have to level Little Duck and buy his parts. So he's a bit of a pricey pickle to acquire. Um, do you have to punch these directly then? Yeah. I feel like our life support should be a lot higher than it is right now. We're kind of chilling. Or is this just a bad spot for enemy spawns? Okay, we're only at 9 times combo. We're getting up there. I feel like the enemy spawns are kind of low for how fast we're killing. I am on the Steel Path, so I mean, shouldn't be having that issue. I feel like this is just a bad spot because they're spawning really far away and they have to run all the way through us. Huh. And we ran out of restraint. Perfect. I can show you, just go up to this bundle, hit 2. Go over here to this bundle, hit 2. We're already at 50%. Might as well just whip it out. And then we clear these guys. Boom. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the Scaldress rivals. I feel like the life support drains a lot quicker. Even if there's not a Tech Rock guy out and about. The Baba Booies. Oh, nice. I might finish my, there you go, my nightly challenge. Duh. Punch these up. case we need some more life support. I don't think we will, though. I want a big guy to spawn. If not, I mean, we're going to one-shot the Acolyte. Well, maybe not one-shot. I know there's a slam build with Baruuk's Fists. That's pretty good. You just get, like, red crit slams over and over again, and that's fun. But, I don't know. I prefer just the punching and kicking with this guy. And he does kick, I believe. Oh, okay. Oh. I ran out of restraint as soon as I said that. I think he has, like, a kicking combo or something like that. Let's spam this too. Pull these guys to sleep for a little bit. Perfect. Got our restraint back. Alright, we're at 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Where's our stalker? Not our stalker, our acolyte. Where's my diet Dr. Kelp? What? Okay, well, we're not leaving until we kill an acolyte. I ain't going. Where is the acolyte? Hello? And I just got knocked down. And I realized I didn't get a thing either. Try to use my fist here. Those decadents are so tanky, man. Oh, okay. As I was complaining, I didn't get a Technocyte Coda thing. Okay. I think this is just a bad spot for survival. Because they're spawning all the way over here in this corner and stuff. It's kind of annoying. Okay, there's our guy. And we're about to run out of restraint. Hold the phone. Wait. I just need a little bit, guys. I need a little bit of my meter back so we can kill this fool. It's Malice, too. I don't think... Yeah. Screw you and your Bubble Buddy. Bubble Buddy, SpongeBob. Had like 3 SpongeBob references in this video alone. But that's a Baruuk. I mean, he's very simple. You're just tanky and do tons of damage. In fact, he's so tanky, I'm just going to sit here with my fist out. Okay, well, maybe not with the Jade Eximus. Where are you? Oh, the Tech Rock guy spawned. Wait, we're not out of here yet. Steel Path, Baba Booey, Eximus. Okay, I'm out of restraint. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, my combo ran out as well. Oh well. Doesn't matter. He's gone now. That's it. Cinema. That's Baruuk. You hit your 3 button, you hit your 2 button, and then you hit your 4, and you profit. That's Baruuk. I'm out of here. See ya. Bye.